Alright, Alico 3, and today we're going to do a PSA regular service submission. I've got the order over here. Um, 16 cards in total, shipped off second week of November, and some of these are iconic classic cards, so personally I think PSA grades them a little tougher, so um, take that into consideration when checking out the video. Um, so yeah, it took about 2 months from the time that PSA got it to actually getting it back and being able to film it, so regular service. I've got a lot more of these coming up on the channel. Welcome to 2020, which will be June 2010 is when I think when I posted my first card video. So going on 10 years of posting, probably about 8.5 of active content. There was about a year and a half lull there. So let's get to the order and let me know what you guys think about the grades later. All right, we're primed and in position with the bull and the bear and the mail truck. So let's get positioned here. Let's take a look at these grades. As always, these grades are not the end-all be-all. They're merely an opinion. So on a certain day by a particular grader. So let's take a look at this one. So there is a lot of Tom Brady in this one. Here's the Bowman. This is an 8.5, so if you look at the front looks really, really good. Bottom corners are razor sharp. To me, it looks almost 50-50 centered, but the back, I think, is where the issues came in. These corners, they're not terrible, but I think they're enough to push it down to a 9 or an 8.5, and they chose 8.5, so beautiful card, though. The eye appeal on the front is fantastic, so the Brady Bowman in an 8.5. This was kind of rough. I mean, especially when you're buying these cards raw, a lot of these I picked up in the fall of, this past year. These cards have been sitting around for, 19 years? So, obviously, if they haven't been sent in for grading, the other people that owned them saw flaws too. I was just able to look past them and get them slabbed. So here's a 7.5 in the Donruss. This is an awesome one. It's got a relatively low print too, 1325. So Donruss Brady 7.5. What else is over here? There's a ton of Brady in this thing. Here's a bat down. One of these looks almost perfect. So here's a 9 on the Acuna bat down. I can't tell, but I looked over the other one and it looked virtually flawless, so I might have to resend that one in. Typically, I don't ever complain about grades. There is stuff that's undergraded, overgraded, and there is a card in here that I think is overgraded too. So I don't just pull punches and say, "Oh, my cards are undergraded." If I see stuff that's overgraded, I'll point it out. Some of the PSA 10 stuff I have in the store is stuff that I look at closely and see a flaw, and I'm like, "Oh, that's not a 10." This was a Beckett, what was it, an 8.5 snap out, but it's so off-centered there. This is the Harper Topps Chrome Gold. Excellent time to buy Harper, by the way. So Topps Chrome Gold to 50. This is exactly what I expected. I don't think a card this off-centered should be able to get a 9. So Harper Topps Chrome Gold in an 8. We had success on a past regular service order with the Brady Pros and Prospects. This one didn't go quite as well, but it's not horrible. It's an 8. It's just not as sharp as the other one. I think it's mainly just little corner issues. I'll have to look it over closer, but it's just I think one aspect of grading that people often don't take into consideration is how close an 8 can be to a 10 sometimes. And we always say a 9 to a 10 is very close, but an 8 to a 10 sometimes is just a couple things. So there's an 8 on the pros. So if you're going to pay these massive premiums for 10s, just consider that the card's very, very close to a 9. And could be a 9 on a different day by a different grader too. I think this is the one that I thought was perfect. This is the 9 bat down. Of course, I can't see the surface when it's in the slab, which totally nullifies how the companies do crossovers, because you can't accurately assess a card in a slab. You just can't. Um, so it's got to be political at that point. This is Acuna bat down 9. The only thing I can see is like the smallest bit of white. I'll just get it close. I mean, you can barely see it, but I see tens of this card all day with white on those top 2 corners, so can't be that. I'm not sure on this one. This is definitely a candidate to resend. So Acuna bat down 9. Tatis 9. This one's got a soft corner on the back. This card's exploded. This is the 2016 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto. Of course, there's a refractor to 499 and etc. all the way up to I think there's a red out of 5, and then the super. So that one got a 9. And this, to me, this set's kind of difficult with these dark borders right here. They just come chipped right here. And there's scratches on the surface of these two all the time. So something to look out for them. If you do buy one raw, that's probably what you're gonna get. Which, it's not a terrible card. Black Diamond Brady. This was actually a snap out from one of those like lower tier companies like Gem Grading or something random, and I just looked at it through the slab. I think they had it graded at a 10 gem mint, and I just looked at the card and I thought it looked like, you know, a 9 or a 9.5, a mint plus. So this was a success because the price, it was cheap because it was in that slab, but all you gotta do is snap it out of there. Ovation. This was a Beckett 9 snap. This is actually this is one of his better looking rookie cards. It's on card. It's the 250. It's just got a cool photo. So this is definitely a fantastic breeze. So a mint 9 on this pup. And then this is the one that I thought looked like a 9. And it's just this bottom right front corner. I don't know if maybe it got dinged or pushed in when they were putting it into the slab, but because I don't think I would have sent it in if it had that. But they give this a 10. That's the McDavid Young Guns. That's a pretty big card in a 10. And I don't know, maybe I'm being too critical of the grading, but it looks more like a 9 to me. And of course, that's just my opinion, you know. I mean, what does that even mean? It's just my opinion. This is awesome. This was just bought raw. So these pop up raw all the time, and they're often pretty badly off-centered. I think the majority of the ones you see selling raw are going to be graded 8s. So the Topps Chrome LeBron rookie in a 9. Beautiful 9. So it's just tough to get 10s on cards like this. I'm not sending in like 2019 Panini Prism where, you know, 85% of the cards are 10s. It's just these sets have been around a while. 93 SP foil Jeter. This is a 7, and this card looks kind of rough, so I totally get the 7. Plus this card's graded extremely tough. It's also one that will get sent back for being miscut a lot too, and I think a lot of people want to try to trim this one, of course, because I think a 10 went for, I don't know, 70,000 or something silly. Here's the flagship Topps LeBron Black, and the centering's like 70-30, so right off the bat the card's gonna struggle to attain a high grade, but it's out of 500. Just a parallel off of the flagship. Dark black borders though, so I think an 8's pretty good in this set. It's got a little chipping, but it's not bad at all. So nice LeBron there. This one was in the order and they upcharged me for it, so I think they charged me for the express level, because maybe this one was kind of snuck in. Yeah, I think this card's going for like 850 raw now, so it kind of just slid in there. So 134 on the rookies and stars, probably in my top Definitely top 5. Brady rookies, probably top 2 or 3. That's an 8. Bowman, second Bowman one. This one's not as nice as the first one we saw. Just a little white sliver there. The front looks good too. And the back's got the typical chipping of Bowman 2000. So, but there's nothing wrong with an 8 card, you know, especially in this set. I think that's what the problem in the hobby gets when people see that, and they just want to trim off the bottom and top and try to send it in, and then it's just, to me, that takes all the fun out of the hobby. The fun of the hobby should be to actually have a 10 of this that wasn't touched up or anything, just came out of the pack like that and was protected well. And I don't know, that's a story for a different video. It's actually very frustrating. And then the Vic Future Watch in an 8. So thick cardstock. PSA usually hammers thick cards for whatever reason. But this is the Future Watch. It's got like one color and then some stitching. So not the best patch you're going to see from this card. But that's the order. I mean, there's only 110, but it's actually about what I expected. So I don't have crazy expectations for sets like this. But I do like to get them slabbed and show the videos. So take care.